First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green react button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the exit full screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green react button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the exit full screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green react button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the Exit Full Screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green React button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the Exit Full Screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green React button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the Exit Full Screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green react button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the exit full screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green react button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the exit full screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the Instructions tab and click on this green Done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green react button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the exit full screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box. This is the video box that I'm in and that you're looking at right now. This is where the teacher will share their screen and show you what to do. When the teacher is showing you how to do something, you should make this video box go into full screen by clicking on the full screen icon here. Try it now and this video should get bigger and cover your whole screen. When the lesson starts, you will see all the steps for the lesson appear here. These are the steps you need to follow to create the project, and the teacher will guide you through each of these step by step. Though if you wish to go ahead and follow them yourself, that's no problem. You will normally be working with two tabs, one tab for the instructions and one tab for creating the code and your project. When you have completed a step, come back to the instructions tab and click on this green done button. You get an award and learning points for each step you complete. Under the video box, you will see what step the teacher is currently on. Under that, you will see the chat feed. The chat feed shows you how everyone is doing, and you can put your own entries into it by clicking on the blue chat button and entering your question or message. Or you can give a quick thumbs up or down, or even put in emojis by using the green react button. After the teacher has shown you how to do a step, click on the exit full screen button to make the video go back small. Try it now. Okay, that's it for the instructions. We can't wait to see what you create. And remember, you can always come up with your own ideas and add them into your project. If you do want to share your project and your own ideas, you can do that using the purple button at the bottom of the lesson. We often show the best ones at the start of the next class. Okay, today's lesson is going to start in a few minutes, so strap in and get ready to code. Hey everyone, we'll be starting the live lesson shortly, but before we do, let's go over a few instructions on how live lessons work and how you can join in. First of all, let's talk about the teacher's video box.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's live lesson. I hope you're all very well. I see we have loads of people on today, some newcomers as well, which is great to see. Thanks very much for joining in, especially when the weather is so nice outside. I hope you're making the most of that as well. I can see everyone joining in the chat. Just we're having a small issue with the chat feed at the minute. It should be sorted now before the end of the lesson, but it'll give me time give me my time in the spotlight. So hopefully it won't be too long. You'll be shouting at me through your computer screens. This week, guys, we're going to do a very festive themed coding lesson. Our lesson is called Easter Egg Catch. It's a really cool lesson, but there are some tricky elements to it. We're going to be cloning sprites, and the sprites have to appear randomly. Definitely one in the past that I've seen people make mistakes on. It's really easy to make mistakes on it. So, as always, I know people were probably listening to Alan before the lesson started, but we do have newcomers, so I'll just explain again. My name is Kieran. When the chat feed is up and running, I'll get to know everyone here a little bit better. But how this works, I'm going to go through each step of this lesson, give you a little bit of a demonstration. So during my steps, if you want to make maximize my screen, you'll be able to see the step really clearly, and then I'll give you time to copy what I do. There will obviously be step parts where you can add on your own extensions to it, and you can add your own little twist and your own little spin. So looking forward to seeing what you can come up with for this lesson, because there's loads of areas in this lesson that you can kind of come up with your own elements to add into it. So without any further ado, I'll start sharing my screen. I will show the steps for the lesson. You should be able to see the lesson steps now in front of you. And we'll go through the lesson together. If you want to watch my screen, I'll get the lesson introduced there. Milan has already completed step 2. Wow, he is on the ball. Let me just share my screen so I can show you my project. Okay. So I should be up and running there. So, what are we going to do today? Today we are going to build an exciting game called the Easter Egg Catch using Scratch. So we've all used Scratch before, I think. Everyone who has done lessons in the past with me has done Scratch. If you've done any sort of coding before, you've probably used Scratch. It is kind of a lot of people's first coding platform they use, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's really good. It's really basic when you want it to be basic, but you can make really complex games and lessons out of it. So we do have that. So this is the game we're going to make. At the end of this lesson, of course, it's very festive themed. We're going to make an Easter themed lesson next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend is Easter Sunday. So everyone will be waking up to lots of tasty Easter eggs. And we will be, when the chat gets back up and running, we will be talking about Easter eggs, all right? And the idea of this, you've probably seen games similar to it on tablets or iPads and things like that. It's catch the falling Easter eggs. So it looks really simple on the surface of the game, but if you'll notice, all the Easter eggs coming down are different color, different designs, different patterns. So that's kind of where the trick is to this lesson. So it's not just the same Easter egg falling over and over again. We want to make it a little bit more interesting than that. We want to put our own spin onto that, okay? So our first step, as it always is to open up, in this case, Scratch. We need to open up our Scratch project. If you want, you can click on the Scratch link on step 2. It'll take you straight to the Scratch website. And then if you have an account, you can sign in. If you don't have an account, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. You can just jump in, click create on the top left-hand side. If you just click that create, it jumps you straight into a brand new Scratch program. And you can delete the cat. The cat will not feature in this lesson. So the first thing I will do is probably delete the cat. Yes, I do want to delete this cat. Let me just zoom down. Do I want to delete the cat? Yes, I do. Once I've done that, guys, and especially if people who are new to this, we're going to click done, which will give us our steps for the lesson. And I can see everyone who's finished that step. It lets me know when to move on and when to slow down. We should be able to send chats now if we refresh our pages up here. Yeah, we have our chat box back. So we have our chat box. So if anyone wants to say hi, if you want to tell me I'm doing something wrong, if I want to make sure my screen is sharing, always a bit nervous that you guys can't see my screen. But you guys should be able to say hi in the chat now. Hi, guys. You should be able to react in the chat too. So as always, guys, if you have any issues during this lesson, there we go. People are chatting away there. Hi guys. Hi, Buffman. I like that name. That's very cool. You can also send reacts into the chat. Okay, so I think we've got a few people on. Let's see who we have on today. Dr. Sigma. Buffman, who is I think new to this. I haven't seen Buffman before. We have Big Head Boy. At this point, I think people are coming up with a random name generator or something. We've Stargirl, classic, Real Gamer. Heathu, haven't seen you before, you're new to me. Business, Moonboy, Master Column, Andre, Milan, that's me. Ushdog, good to see you back. D-Ball, and we have Dodo Boy. There's a few new people there today, so welcome if you're new. Moonboy's tuning in all the way from Morocco. Wow, that's dedication, that is. And everyone is good. Everyone seems good. Yeah, so if you have any issues or anything during the lesson, stick it in the chat. I'll get to it as soon as possible. But right now, all we have got is an empty Scratch project. Not a whole lot going on. So let's get started. Let's get started with step 3. We need to add a backdrop. So really simple step. We have the hard one to kind of keep the theme of this lesson, but you don't need to go along with that. You can pick whatever you want. if it's Easter themed, great. I'm going to stick with the heart one. I'm going to make mine very similar to the game that's in Coding Ireland. But you could easily make this the stars, the stripes. Stripes would be good actually because it's kind of like an Easter egg kind of design. Whatever one you want. I'm going to stick with the one we have in our example, just to keep it nice and simple. But if you guys will have any other complicated ideas, or if you want to design your own background, you click on the paintbrush and you'll be able to make your own backgrounds. Maybe it's a little bit more fine-tuned to the lesson, but that's up to you. The chat or instructions didn't show up, so I chatted in the YouTube chat. Oh, Master Colin, good to hear. Good to hear you're back. Hi, big head boy. I feel rude calling you that. I feel like I shouldn't be calling you that. And remember, guys, for each lesson step you complete, you can see your reward. In this case, it's the fruit and vegetable. We get the citrus slice. So that's very good. Happy days. Happy with a citrus slice. Who wouldn't like that? Might be nice tropical fruit for someone who was on holidays in Morocco. Might enjoy that. Just gonna reload my page to get rid of that reaction. So once you've got this far, guys, I know this kind of very slow, kind of starting off. We've all done lessons like this. I suppose there's new people here though. We need to go. We need to remember not everyone's at the same level of coding. We do have the heart. That's all set up and ready for us. And we are ready for our next step. I think most people have done that last step. There's one or two people I'm waiting on. Remember, guys, when you do finish a step, if you can click that done on the Coding Ireland screen, it does just let me know who is where, because it can be hard for me to know who has completed what step. And just to keep us going, in the meantime, I'm going to ask you guys some questions to keep you going. And for this lesson, I'm going to keep it Easter themed. I'm going to ask you sweet questions about sweets. So I want to see who has got the sweetest tooth, who has got the most knowledge about their chocolate. My first question is, and this is, maybe you'll have a different opinion here. I'll start off with a question. Moonboy, no problem. If you pause my video if you need to, that's no worries. My first question is, what is your favorite chocolate bar? Or favorite sweet? Yeah, favorite sweet or chocolate bar. And I'll tell you if you have the right or wrong answer. Because I have a right answer for it. Believe it or not. And then I'll tell you the most popular Easter egg. Officially. Like the one that is the most bought. I will tell you which one that is. According to Google. You can type in the chat your favorite Easter egg. Dubai chocolate bar. Why are people mad at this Dubai chocolate bar? I've seen people eating it. It looks like it's all green. Yeah. I don't know who's eating that. It's really expensive. Dairy milk. Cadbury. So it's Real Gamer is a classic. Classic dairy milk. A fizzer. Bees and Slikes. Is that like what we used to have? Like the really ones that you can feel your teeth almost pulling out when you're eating them. Is that those kind of bars? Stargirl, I was going for dark chocolate. Moonboy's going for dark chocolate. Oh, dark chocolate's good because you can kind of pretend it's a little bit healthy for you. You can kind of say, oh well, it's good for your heart, and you can kind of say, oh, it's not as bad for you. Moonboy, I like your emoji. Would you call it emoji? Your icon. It's really cool. You're all wrong. It's not the best chocolate. The dark chocolate bar is not the best chocolate. Neither is a Cadbury dairy milk. Neither is a Dubai chocolate. I'm sorry. A fizzer is from South Africa. There you go. I'm afraid to tell you, the best chocolate is a mini egg because it's only around at Easter. I know some people like those other eggs that they get, but a mini egg with like the shell and everything, chef's kiss, unreal. Google says, if you were wondering, it says that the most popular Easter egg in Ireland is a Cadbury. Oh, big head boy says Aero. I like the green Aero, all right. Google says the most popular chocolate Easter egg is a cream egg, which I suppose makes sense because people go mad for them. People go crazy when they Easter egg, like cream eggs are back in the shops. You know, you probably have someone you know that goes mad for this. Buff man, good to see you. Buff man, you're flying it. Right, guys, we're going to jump into the lesson. So we've gone from a very simple step to a step that's a little bit more meaty. It's got definitely a little bit more to it. So we need to add the bowl, but we also need to add a decent chunk of coding to it. So it's kind of 2 steps in one almost, this one. We needed to follow. We're going to control this not with the mouse. I know in other lessons we've done similar to this, we've used the mouse. Think about the paddleball lesson game. This time we're going to use the arrow keys. Now, if you are using a tablet or an iPad or a phone or something like that, you can tap on this because you won't be able to use that left arrow, right arrow. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. You will have to do something like something a little bit different. So it won't actually pop up on my screen. You might have to add arrows to the screen, which is a little bit more complicated, but everyone here, I'm sure, will be well able for it. So first step is add our basket. So we need to go into our sprites, have a look around the sprite gallery. I'm going to click the bowl. So if anyone doesn't know, the sprite gallery is in that little cat-shaped icon. When we hover over it, we click the magnifying glass to pick our sprite. I'm going to put that down towards the bottom of the screen. You don't want it near the top. You want to give yourself a bit of time. And the code we need to add to it is when the green flag is clicked, because of course we need to say start all our code with like a when event. We want our bowl to always start off in kind of the same place. I think in the Coding Ireland example that we gave, it was 0 and minus 140. So that's it. That's kind of the middle-ish of the screen. Actually, if you can click this, it's exactly the middle, bottom towards the end of the screen. And then we want to actually pull a loop code in here. So for a forever block. And inside the forever block, it's if-thens. So if this is your first lesson, this is kind of complex. We're putting a conditional block inside of a loop block, which is, saying that these are always the instructions. So we want to sense, again, pretty complicated, sense if, and there's key something pressed. So if you're using a laptop, it's key something pressed. If key, and we want to say like left arrow, right arrow. If left arrow pressed, then we want to say change X by. Make sure it's not set X to 2. Change X by, and I'm going to say minus 10, not 10. Easy mistake to make. Remember your minuses. Minus 10 is that way. I don't know if I'm reversed on your screen, so that might look the wrong way. But it's that direction, and plus 10 will be the other direction. And then we need to put another if-then block, and it's the exact opposite we're putting in here, so same kind of thing again. If right arrow pressed, then change X by plus 10. Right, so a bit of coding going on there. I can actually check it. I can click my green flag, and I just see if I can move my bowl left and right. So you guys should be able to do that. You should kind of reach the edge of the screen and stop. I think Scratch has that integrated all together. So let me just check up on everyone here. If you finish that up, guys, you can click on the done step. If you're using a tablet, I know there is a little bit more to that step. So I'm just going to give a quick demonstration of what we're talking about for this. Nice little squirrel is my award. So what we're saying for this is that instead of just assigning the bowl to follow your finger, because it makes it a bit too easy, we're still going to add in arrows, but you're going to add them in as a sprite. So if you go into Scratch, you should be able to go into your sprites, and there's actually arrow 1. It's actually on the top row because obviously it starts today. You'll want to add that arrow. Maybe put it over here, and he actually has 2 costumes. Actually, you want a second one. 2 arrow 1s. Now, the issue is they're pointing in the same direction. Where is my second one? There it is. It's a little bit slow to update there. You want to set them to here. Now, to make it face the other direction, you can go costumes, and you can change its costume B. A little bit of a complicated step there. And then what you want to say is, instead of, when button is clicked, turn left, right, you say when left arrow key, we say when this sprite is clicked, move left. So what we're saying is, because you don't have the keyboard, you'll need to use the on-screen buttons. Now, this is a little bit more complicated. So you're not doing this and you're not doing this. You're going to say when this sprite is clicked, which is here, we're going to say the other sprite moves by 10. Okay, which should be down here. Milan is like the quickest worker ever. So I'm working on a laptop, so I'm going to just delete those sprites. I don't need them. But if anyone does have issues with that down the line, don't worry at all. We will be able to work on it. If you do finish that step, just make sure you do click done. There's a good chunk of work to do in that step, so make sure you're clicking done. And let me know who's good. Stargirl left. It was too glitchy. It's a shame to hear, Starboy. Sorry about that. Sometimes when you're out of their house, the Wi-Fi is not as reliable, unfortunately. Milan. Buffman is flying through these. Tell you what. You wouldn't know this is his first bit of coding. Guys, can you let me know, is anyone here, can anyone tell me, are you using a tablet for this kind of step? Will you let me know what if you're using it? So give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're using a tablet or an iPad. Master Columns PC, that's good stuff. Yeah, you'll be following the normal steps then. Buffman is a laptop. Okay, cool. It probably makes it easier for this lesson, I'll be honest with you. Because it's easier to click buttons than it is to integrate something into the screen. Tenacity. I'm not sure what that means. Moonboy is thumbs up. I think that means thumbs up for a tablet. So you'll have to do the little bit more advanced steps, which are not these. They are this. Anyway, I'll get moving now in a second. Just waiting for one or two more people just to click done, because there's a good gap between this many people and this many people. Moonboy's tablet. Okay. So Moonboy, if you have any issues with that step, give me a shout and I'll be able to help you out. Because it's a little bit unusual. A little bit of a different step. So. All right, guys. I've seen a lot of people click done. Still waiting on a few people for that step 3. Can you make sure you do click on, step 4? Can you make sure you do click on step 4? And just while we're waiting on people to click for step 4, we're going to get into another question. Are you ready? And this is more of a fastest kind of who can type the fastest kind of quiz rather than difficult questions. Hard to find difficult questions about Easter, to be honest with you. Okay. Question 1, and I hope you all get the answer to this. Who hides the eggs for the Easter egg hunts? So what? He's not what creature? Is he a creature? Who hides the eggs for the Easter egg hunt? No, here they come. Master Column, I think, was 1 second ahead of business. Everyone else very slow to get to react to that though. I think I might be at a bit of a delay with people. Big head boy, yeah. I think I might be in a bit of a delay. If you click on your video screen, if you click like live, this section you might. There you go. If you go onto this and you click live, it'll like skip you ahead to the most recent thing. You'll have a bit of an advantage. My God. Here's one, right? Easter. Very good. Okay. Here's one that I think people will get. How long, as in how many days, does Lent last for? So I think most people here go to school in Ireland. If you're in a Catholic school, you'll get this. How many days does Lent last for? I'll ask you 2 or 3 more questions before we speed off. For Big Head Boy and Coda Rocket, yeah, well done. April 20th is the date of Easter, but it's not the, Lent is 40 days. So that's the answer I'm taking here. All right. You do. Oh, Master Colin is not into the religious side of it, but he'll still participate in Lent. Why not? Yeah, go for you. Good man, Moonboy. All right. It ends on Easter. You're right. Okay, number 5. We need to add the Easter egg sprite. Okay, so another easy step, really quick. You go into sprites, and you need to find the Easter egg one. So scroll down. It's not the egg one. Is there a specific Easter egg one? There must be. What's it called? Oh, sorry. So here's a step. I literally just forgot about it. Here's a step you're going to get lost on if you get lost on any. So for this, we need to download this sprite. So the sprite is not on Canva. Okay? It's not one that's already there. You need to download this Easter egg sprite. So clicking on that button should download it straight away. Sometimes if you're on a tablet, you need to like hold it down and say click download. But if you're on a computer, if you just click the download button, that should download it for you straight away. Which should be really handy. Now, when you have that step done, you need to upload it to your project. So how that looks is, instead of clicking the magnifying glass like we normally do, we go to upload. So we're going to upload a sprite. It should open this up automatically. And I'm just going to click this folder that's just downloaded. It's called steps_ham Easter egg sprite. It'll import in. And then you should have a giant Easter egg on your page. Now that's kind of like that sounds easy. It's really easy to make a mistake there. So if there is any difficulty there, no problem at all. Okay. Just ask me for another demo and I can show you that. No problem. Moonboy says Stargirl likes my background. I'm not surprised she likes my background. It is Minecraft, and the Minecraft movie has just dropped in cinemas, and it seems to be like the biggest movie in the world. Who has seen or wants to see the Minecraft movie? It's in cinemas now. If anyone is interested, put a thumbs up in the chat if you want to see the new Minecraft movie, or if you have seen the new Minecraft movie. Master Column saw it on the release date. Saw it straight away. He wasn't going to miss it. Big Head Boy saw it. Thumbs up. Nice. And what do we think, guys? Was it good? Was it okay? Was it underwhelming? Overwhelming? Was it just exactly what you wanted it to be? Or was it a bit of a letdown? Or was it great? I haven't heard much about it. So let me know. Coda Rocket doesn't want to see it. She hates Minecraft. That's big. That's fighting talk in here. Everyone threw popcorn on Chicken Jockey. I've seen clips of this online. It's crazy. People are going like nuts in the cinema, like going crazy about this Chicken Jockey thing. It's so weird. Chicken Jockey, yes, indeed. Moonboy has not seen it yet. Moonboy, would you like to see it now? He might be on a slight delay. Okay, guys. Just make sure you click done on that step. That step is really kind of tricky. Remember, you need to download our sprite from our website to make this game. Otherwise, it's not going to be the same. Okay. So you have to download that little Easter egg. Buffman has seen the Minecraft movie. And definitely click yes, you finished step 5, because I won't know. Because people always forget to tell me. I feel like I'm like your granny giving out to you. Like, click done on each step. Add the backdrop. We've loads of people said they added the backdrop, but not a whole lot of people have said 4 and 5. If you do have an issue, guys, let me know. And we can actually sort it out rather than just being stuck and being frustrated. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next step because we are flying, like the time is flying by. And this is to create clones of our Easter egg. Okay, so right now we've got a big, gigantic Easter egg. No good to us, not going to fit our game. So the first thing we're going to do is... click when green flag is clicked. We want it to shrink down. It's too big. So we're going to set it to a different size. So we're going to say set size 2. And we're going to change it to about 15% of the original size. Now, that'll be kind of like this size, which is a lot more appropriate for our game. Otherwise, it'd be too big. It wouldn't work. And then we're going to say, which is kind of funny, Moonboy, you're just going to drag yours. Okay, that works too. Then we're going to say hide. So we're going to hide the Easter egg. So when we click the green flag, it'll actually disappear from the screen, and we'll be all worried and panicked that we did something wrong. But you're good. You did the right thing. The next thing we did was, and this is where you can start kind of messing around with it yourself. I'm going to say repeat 10 times. For your game, that's how many times it's going to come down. Yours can happen. Oh, sorry, this will be for the amount of seconds, actually. That won't be. It'll be kind of like the randomness of when it comes down. No, sorry. No, this is the number of eggs coming down. So I'm going to say wait, which is a little bit further down here. Wait. Where's my wait? Oh, it's the very top. Wait, and it says 1 second. Now I'm going to tell it. Moonboy says I'm just going to watch Moonboy. Okay, whatever you want, Moonboy. I'm happy to answer questions if you need. Wait 1 to 10 seconds. I'm going to say 1 to 4 seconds. So that means, every 1 to 4 seconds. It might be 1 second, might be 4 seconds. But somewhere between that time, what's going to happen is it's going to create a clone of itself, which is in control. And we're going to say next costume. What that does is it means that every time it appears, it'll be a different egg, a different kind of costume. Because actually inside the Easter egg, if you check up in costumes, there is 10 different types of Easter egg costumes going on there. So there's this one, there's this one, there's this one, there's this one, there's this one. There's loads of different types inside costumes. So we want to just cycle through all of those costumes to make sure we see them all. And when you do that, you click the green flag and nothing happens yet until we do our next step. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to do that step. I'm going to say done. Make sure you click along with me. Tombstone, that's cool. That'd be a cool nickname, Tombstone. And I will ask you a question. The people are a bit slow on the questions today. I don't know. I think maybe there's a bit of lag for some people. I wonder if it's on my end or your end. But definitely our questions aren't as fast as they normally are. Okay. Here's one. How many minutes Master Columns is my end. I would take offense, but I'm not 100% sure wrong. Could be my end. I'll close down a few things. Make sure it's not coming from any of the big devices. I always see the delay. Master Column, what if it's on your end? Okay. Our first question is, how many minutes are in 2 hours? Fastest fingers. Who can tell me? How many minutes are in 2 hours? Master Column. Nearly straight in. Moon Boy. Nearly straight in. What's the delay there in time? Oh, 1 second delay. Wow. Real gamer as well. Very like flat out. Buff man straight in there. Nice one. Okay. We're going to get in some tougher ones there. Master Column, thank you very much. Clicking those done steps. Those people, it's always the people who just are racing ahead and they forget to click. It's not a big deal. And make sure you click step 6 as well if you've done that as well. Come on, Master Colin, thanks for that. Okay. Next question. Which Irish singer? This one's hard. This one's actually a really hard question. And it's definitely not a coding question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Which Irish singer had a hit song called Take Me to Church and Too Sweet? What's the name of the Irish singer who had hit songs with songs called Take Me to Church and song called Too Sweet? Definitely not a coding question, but it's definitely worth knowing. No, Master Column's out. He doesn't know. He could have even Googled the answer. Not Kingfisher, no. It ain't Kingfisher. Good guess, though. I like Kingfisher. Coda Rocket's in there. It's Hosier. Well done, Coda Rocket. The music encyclopedia knows all the music. Well done. I think most of us are down at this step, okay? Well done, Master Column has checked and he agrees it is Hosier. Okay. Going to head down to the next step, guys, which is what happens when a clone is created. Okay. So, still talking to our Easter eggs. Make sure our Easter eggs still appear. That's the sprite we're talking to. When we appear as a clone. So this is in events. It's not in events. It's down in control. When I start as a clone, what do we want to do? So at the last step, we said create a clone of myself. What do we want it to do when it creates a clone of ourselves? Well, we want it to kind of stay up the top of the screen. We want it to appear randomly at some point, and we want it to drop down. That's what we want to happen. So that's what we need to code. So I'll make this a little bit bigger. So step 1 is go to random position. We're going to say set Y. Now, by setting the Y means up and down on the grid, we're going to set Y to 140, which means that it will be a random position, but it will still be the top of the screen. But it'll be randomly across the top of the screen, which will make it hard for us when we're catching them to know where they'll pop up next. And then the last thing we want to hear is we want it to show. We don't want it to be invisible. So we can test it out. We can wait 1 to 4 seconds. And there's an Easter egg. 1 to 4 seconds, another one appears. 1 to 4 seconds. Another one appears. So you can test that up. What will happen is it'll just keep creating until there's Easter eggs all over the screen. And then you'll know you've done something right. Okay. If you stop that, you should get a blank screen. Make sure you click done. And check your rewards. I have a car. Okay. While you guys are doing that, some people are waiting. I'm going to give you some questions. Well done, He2, who's doing really well. Well done, Master Column. Well done, Real Gamer. Everyone flying this one. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. Look how well we can work when everyone clicks done steps. How good. This is how good we could have it. I'm trying to find questions that are hard, but also are somewhat related to coding, because I feel like that last question that definitely wasn't, not even a small bit related to coding. Here's one that's not related to coding, but it's in the the sphere. What comic company published Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the Hulk? So what company owns and publishes comics from Iron Man, the Hulk, and Spider-Man? They make loads of movies. Thor, Doctor Strange. It's not Marvel. We got some Marvel fans in here. I wonder, are you obviously big fans of the movies, I'd say, guys, are you? I wonder if you want to stick in the chat, what's the best Marvel movie? I think mine has got to be, I like the Avengers Infinity War. Well done, guys. I like the Avengers Infinity War. I think that one was really cool. But I really actually like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think they're the coolest ones. And they're funny as well. I think they're my favorite ones. Well done, He2. Master Columns and Captain America Civil War. Yeah, that one's cool. Where they're all fighting each other. That one's really good. D-Nay. Is it Disney you're going for? Yeah, Disney actually owns Marvel now, which is funny. Right, guys, we better get going. We better start moving. Because it's 20, we only have 20 minutes left. So we need to say at the minute, sorry, we in our coach, yeah, move away. Good man. I can see what you're going for there. At the minute in our game, the Easter eggs appear at the top of the screen, but they don't fall down. So naturally, our next step is going to be to make them fall down. And we just need to add on to this. So we stopped at show. We need to just add on underneath. So we need to say repeat. And we're going to say repeat 30 times because about that 30 times is going to be the amount of times that it's going to drop down the page. And we're just going to say repeat 30 times. We're going to say change Y by, and then because it's going down, we need to say minus 10. And then after 30 drops, after 30 minus 10s, we're going to say delete that sprite because that's when it'll kind of hit the bottom of the screen. So if you want to test that out, make sure you hit your clean flag. And your Easter egg should come flying down from the top of the screen. Now, if you want to make this harder, you have the option to do that. You can do minus 20. And that'll make them go a lot quicker. So you can see it on my screen, they're flying down. I'm going to stick with minus 10 because I don't want my game to be too hard. Because I'll be sad and I'll lose. I'm not a good winner. I'm not a good loser, sorry. So make sure you click that done step there for me. How many people do we have on today? A few people on today. Well done, guys. Okay. Well done, Moon Boy. Well done, Real Gamer. Dr. Sigma has copied and pasted the last step. I don't know, Dr. Sigma. I don't know what you want me to do with that one. Okay. Our next step is going to be to catch the Easter eggs that fall. Okay. Which makes sense. I'll give you a second before going into that. Dr. Sigma, all good. What's happening with this? Why? What's the idea? All right, ready? Fastest fingers. Master Colin, when you title it, the one I did not steal, it kind of makes me think you did steal it. I know it. I know you said you didn't. It kind of makes me feel like you did. Let me see if I can jump into this Real Gamer. Where are you stuck? Let me see what step you're on. Oh, cool. You made it. Oh, a nice basket. Is that... Okay, it should work though. So I 140. Okay, what's not working here? Let me check. Oh, Real Gamer, you didn't say show. Do you need your right now all of your Easter eggs are just invisible. So just make sure you click that show and stick it at the end here. Then when you do it, it should pop up. Okay. So if you do that, you're kind of caught up with, what was that step? You're kind of caught up to step 7 if you do the show. And it looks good. Let me just check that it goes left and right. Yeah, apart from that, that looks good, Real Gamer. Okay. We're going to go on to the next step, which is catch them. So we need it to matter that we're catching the Easter eggs. Otherwise, what's happening? They're just falling down out of nowhere for nothing. So, yeah, maybe it's a fluke, actually, Real Gamer. Maybe you might refresh your page. That might work for you. We are going to say, if touching bowl, then delete this clone. So if the egg touches the bowl, we want it to disappear straight away. So that's an if-then block. We're going to grab out if touching bowl. And we're just going to stick it inside that repeat block, are we? Let me just check. We actually want it outside of that. So we're actually going to move. Well, maybe make it outside of it. So the change y by -10 should be underneath. Dr. Sigma is just delighted to be copied and pasting that last step. I think something's maybe not working for you there. We want to say, if touching bowl, delete this sprite. We ain't want no bowls. Delete that clone. And when we test it out, let's see if it works. If I can catch it. Yeah. CNC working there. If the bowl touches the Easter egg, it kind of disappears straight away. So far, that's a game. You can definitely, I've seen people play a lot worse games than that. That's a cool sticker. I've seen people play worse games than that. So that's a good game. Our next step is going to be to keep score. Because, of course it is. What's the point in a game if you can't keep score and try and get the highest score possible? Remember, guys, if you do have any issues, stick in a thumbs down. Stick in a question in the chat. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer questions. That's what I do. Or I ask the chat and they help me figure it out. All right, fastest fingers. This is one you stole, Master Colin. That is shocking. You should not be stealing. I should not be even clicking into stolen projects. I don't know what that background is. Is that looks like Curtis Jones, who plays for Liverpool? Right. Never mind that though, because I am going to get into a question. Does anyone know what a baby kangaroo is called? Random question for you. Anyone tell me what a baby kangaroo is called? First person to put it in the chat is the kangaroo expert of Coding Ireland, the official kangaroo expert of Coding Ireland, Dr. Sigma. Nice one. Congratulations. A few people knew that. More people knew that than I thought they would. But unfortunately, Dr. Sigma has now got a new job. He's the official kangaroo expert of Coding Ireland. He can put that on his resume, on his CV. When he goes for a job, they'll ask what experience you have, and he can say, no, I actually am the kangaroo expert of Coding Ireland. And they'll say, ooh, that's a pretty important position. So well done, Dr. Sigma. You should feel very proud of yourself. Next random question. These are all animal questions. What is the name? He's happy with his new role. What is the name of the slow-moving animal that sleeps in trees? The slow-moving jungle animal that sleeps in trees. He lives in countries like Costa Rica. He's always in it. What's the movie he's in? Real Gamer. Well done. Did you ever see that film? Was it Zootopia or something like that? And someone tells the sloth a joke, and he does this really good slow reaction, like. That's how I feel like I am sometimes. That sloth. Sometimes my brain takes a little bit to catch up with it. Guys, make sure as well you're clicking done steps to not just be watching my amazing sloth impressions. Make sure you're clicking done on the steps as well. Thank you, Visas, for clicking that. All right, guys, I'm going to go into my last. I'm going to go into the last step of the lesson. Well, is it the last step? Yeah, it is the last step, which is that we want to keep score. So we're going to need to make a variable. So people who've done Coding Ireland before, done Coding Ireland lessons or coding lessons in general, you've probably used variables. Variables is what changes during the game. So what's going to change in our game is the score. So we're going to need to go down to variables on the left-hand side. Click make a variable, and we're going to call it eggs for all sprites. And we click OK. And what you'll notice is up on the top left-hand side, we get a little scoreboard with the amount of eggs that we have. So what we want is maybe at the start of the game. So we're still talking to the eggs. Are we still talking to the eggs? Yeah, we're still talking to the eggs. We're going to say set eggs to 0. So when the green flag is clicked, you want that scoreboard to be at 0. We don't want it to build up. We want it to just, every time you click the green flag, it's a new game and it goes back to 0. We want to say if the eggs are touching the bowl, then change eggs by 1. So that's down a little bit here. We're kind of going back and forth in our code. If touching bowl, then change eggs by 1. And that's as simple as it is. You can click done there. If you've done that before, that's like, it kind of comes up in a lot of games, this kind of scorekeeping. So you can test out your game. Try catch some eggs. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Mr. Faye is on fire. There's 5. 6. I am actually the champion of this game. But while we finish up now, we've got 8 minutes left before I gotta go. Business says it's broken. Let me have a look. Question. Master Column, not loving the pacing of other things. I'd be worried about people clicking on other links. I wouldn't recommend clicking links from other people. You can talk in the chat, guys. What do you think you could add to this game to make it harder or make it easier or make it whatever? What could you do to change it a little bit? All right, what's working? It's an unusual take on the game. It was an unusual idea. Can I edit your code? I can see inside. Shall we have a look? So what's not happening is that your crabs are not falling down the screen. Just ignore the rainbow party crabs. It takes some time to listen to beautiful music. I have listened to the beautiful music. It's very good. I don't know if you actually are having issues or not, business. I would say that it doesn't look like you are. Is it you're changing wise and it's not falling down the screen? Is that the issue? Egg just stop in midair and the bowl has to jump. Real Gamer, send me a link to that and I'll have a look, see if I can have a fix. I'm going to leave that one. Let's have a look at this one. Dr. Sigma, the kangaroo expert of Coding Ireland. I like your eggs with the faces on them. That's pretty funny. Just something I am noticing is your scoreboard is building up. Your scoreboard doesn't reset to 0 at the end of it. So if I was you, I would maybe just add at the very start of your code, set eggs to 0. But apart from that, it's looking pretty good. I like the design of your eggs. They're pretty funny. Catch the Rock. It's a good name. Buffman. Oh, sorry. You were giving a suggestion, Real Gamer. The egg stops in midair and the ball has to jump. That'd be kind of tricky to code. You could do it. You could definitely do it and say, like, when the left arrow is clicked, the ball has to jump up and down. Definitely a harder game to put together. That's definitely will be a harder task. So let me have a check of this. This is Buffman's. Okay, what's going on here? That link. Your backdrop's very funny. In the thumbnail of it. Oh, Buffman, yours doesn't seem to be connecting me to a page. I don't know if that's an issue. Maybe try submitting. Maybe try sending the link again. Maybe just send the link into the chat. That might work for me. But it doesn't. Scratching its head. Doesn't seem to know what's wrong with it. And guys, if you do finish, as always, we give you a challenge here. Our challenge this week is now you've mastered the game. Add a twist, and this challenge is to make your Easter eggs change color when they're caught. So you can change it before doing it. You can have a look at the hint. It'll give you a little bit of an idea of what you could do. Take the quiz. What is the first step in the game? Easy. Is it easy? Create a new Scratch project, I imagine. Yes. Let me see, Buffman. Let me see what this is. If this works this time. No, Buffman, I don't know what the issue is. I've never really come across that. It's a shame as well because it looks good on the outside. And remember, guys, if you want to mark this lesson complete, you'll get an extra 100 XP just before you finish up. And before you go, guys, before I log off, because we only have a few minutes left, I just want to tell you about next week. So next week, it is the Easter holidays. I know most of you are, I think all of you are off school, which is great. You know, you have plenty of time to code. And definitely we would say have a look through Coding Ireland's like lessons that you have access to, the ones without me slowing you down with terrible quiz questions. Because those, you know, there's loads and loads of lessons. There's hundreds of lessons out there. and you can have a look through. That'll make you so good at coding if you do it well. And they're fun. They're all like this, the same idea. So next week, instead of this normal live lesson we've been doing, because I know some people are going to be away, some people are going to not have time for Coding Ireland next week because they'll be doing other stuff, or they might have events on, summer camps, things like that. Instead of our normal lesson next week, we're going to change things up a little. We're going to give you a coding challenge next week. Now, what this means is I'm going to give you a coding idea. Let's say something like, this is going to be, you have to design a game based on Easter, and it has to have this, and this elements. And you guys have to go away, and you all have to make a different game and submit it, and we'll have a look through them the following week. We might even have a prize for the game that impresses us the most, okay? Not necessarily people who come up with the most complicated game. That's not how we kind of roll. I'm looking for creativity. I am looking for maybe someone who's taken one of our ideas from our lessons and turned it into a cool game. That'd be cool as well. You can base it off a game. Let's say you could come up with, I'm not sure if it's going to be Easter themed, but you can use this idea of a game and change the sprites to something else like that. But we're going to have a challenge next week. Now, I know some people are only new with us. You might need to do a few extra lessons before jumping straight into the challenge. But I'm not giving any clues about what the challenge is about, because I don't want anyone to pre-prepare something or go out and just copy someone else's game. I want you guys to come up with some really cool original games. And we're going to put up the live lesson next Wednesday. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like a challenge here. And you'll have to read through it, come up with your own lesson, come up with your own, game. You could probably use Scratch or Make Code Arcade. So I know some people like Scratch more than Make Code Arcade. I know some people like Make Code Arcade more than they like Scratch. You get to choose what to do it on. And I'll have a look through them. I'll pick out my favorite ones and I'll show them off to the rest of the group. And we might even have a prize for the groups for the projects that we think are the most impressive. Wolfman is ready. We've got some brilliant coders on this live lessons, guys. I'm really impressed with a lot of your guys' projects that you've done, especially when I've got a chance to let you do something a little bit more original, where you kind of come up with your own stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with here. Dr. Sigma, looking forward to seeing yours. Master Column, I'm sure you're going to come up with something really cool. Business, you always come up with something cool as well. Big Head Boy, I'd be interested in seeing yours. Real Gamer, want to see your one. Coder Rocket, I know you've got a good one to make. Let me see who else I have. Stargirl and Moonboy, I'm sure, are back in Ireland, so they might be a little bit more settled for that. Heathu, interested to see yours. Real Gamer got your Easter eggs working, I think. We have Master Column, we have Andre, we have Milan, we have Ushduk, we have D-Ball, and we have Dodo Boy. I'm looking forward to seeing all your projects next week, guys. It'll be really fun because you get to use what you've learned in our live lessons and you get to put together your own project. You don't have to listen to me whine on about clicking the done every step. But that's us for this week, guys. I hope you have enjoyed that lesson. Nice Easter themed lesson for you just before the Easter holidays start of the weekend. Make sure you get out and enjoy the most of this lovely weather. This is probably the best weather we're going to have all year, so make sure you enjoy that. And I will talk to you guys next week, where we will give you your coding challenge. All right, guys. You'll still be here, which is the best. That's good to hear, Moonboy. Good to hear that determination. All right, folks. Real Gamer, can you do a micro bit game? I suppose you can. Yeah, why not? You can do a micro bit game. That sounds good. I'll be interested to see how you come up with a micro bit game that'll fit this. But you'll have to tune in next week to find out what the challenge is. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. See you later.